January the 9th, 2020. Guys, you're looking at an AccuWeather map, and this is going from Friday afternoon into Friday night. That's tomorrow. I want you to pay attention because this is going to be a level 3 as far as tornadic activity damaging thunderstorms. You can see in the center red circle there between Dallas and encompassing Shreveport that is the highest tornado risk. The rest of this is damaging thunderstorms. But what happens is the tornadoes can pop up anywhere along this area, and we're going to look at the radar because there's already the front line of these storms crossing the Mississippi River north of Vicksburg. But it says Friday afternoon, tornadoes, flooding downpours, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour. The threat in the Dallas area is likely to be early on during the outbreak. The storms may keep every bit of their punch as they race eastward into the lower Mississippi Valley during Friday night in the form of a squall line. Grand solar minimum. Don't forget the extremes that we've seen for the last 2 years and hurricanes and everything. Straight line wind gusts to an AccuWeather local storm max of 70 miles per hour can occur Friday afternoon and night, leading to broken tree limbs, structural damage, and power outages. Forecasters say flooding downpours and tornadoes are also a big concern. Now listen, guys, I want you to plan your weekend and adjust it for these conditions, please. Some strong tornadoes are not out of the question. The tornado threat will be highest in any individual thunderstorm cells that develop ahead of the main line, but tornadoes are possible anywhere in the threat zone. That's important. Now, AccuWeather saying this really looks like the potential for a big outbreak of severe weather Friday night into Saturday, and the concern is from East Texas all the way across Mississippi, Louisiana. Again, Bernie Rayno said Wednesday on AccuWeather's Weather Insider podcast. Rayno said that a lot of times severe weather can diminish when the sun goes down, but in this case, listen, he expressed concern the exact opposite is going to occur because of all the energy in the atmosphere. That's the most dangerous time to travel. You can't see the storm coming, and you cannot see a tornado at night. The severe weather will continue well past sunset, and that is always a dangerous setup. I think there's going to be wind, listen, hail, and I think we're going to see tornadoes on the ground. The question is how many? Remember, guys, we're in grand solar minimum. There's chaos not only in the political world, but in this physical world. It goes on to say residents from Houston to Little Rock, Arkansas should consider charging their cell phones and leaving them on with severe weather alerts enabled and volume turned up before heading to bed. Motorists traveling along stretches of the interstates 10, 20, 30, 45, and 49 will be at risk of facing torrential downpours and a heightened risk of hydroplaning. Guys, please adjust your travel plans. This is when people get killed. The line of thunderstorms will move eastward into Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle on Saturday. So all of my friends down in Pensacola, Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Perdido Key, be prepared for this. Cities such as New Orleans, Nashville, Birmingham, and Montgomery, Alabama, and perhaps as far east as Atlanta could be hit by storms capable of producing torrential downpours, damaging winds, and isolated tornadoes. People scheduled to arrive in the Big Easy on Saturday ahead of the college football playoff national championship game on Monday, January 13th, should anticipate delays. Now, guys, that is the Clemson LSU game in the Superdome. Go Tigers. As the system moves along, locally damaging wind in lieu of severe weather may cause broken tree limbs and power outages across the region, especially in areas where the ground is saturated. The same system will encase a 1,700-mile swath of the nation in ice and snow, while contributing to near-record warmth in portions of the Northeast and unleashing flooding rain across the Ohio Valley. Guys, I'm going to watch this and kind of keep some weather updates coming in from Friday to Sunday into Monday. because this is important. We've had, as far as the southeast, guys, everybody that's in this area knows it's been a very mild winter. We had kind of some early cold days, firing up the wood burner and things like that here in the southeast again, but it's been mild. But other portions of the planet, especially in the northern hemisphere, during grand solar minimum, it's a swap-off. You're going to have extremes in one area. You're going to have extremes in the opposite direction in other areas as far as record cold and then warmer areas. But that changes as the Earth rotates and the seasons change and the Earth tilts. So we're going to have to pay very close attention to this. Let's look at the radar for a moment. Now, this is the lower Mississippi Valley sector radar, and you can see in the area north of Vicksburg, Mississippi, which is right there, we're starting to get the very front of this temperature change, and really it's a compression. You got very warm air where we're at now in central Mississippi, very cold air, and there's going to be blizzards, winter storm warnings north of us here, but all of that's compressing together, and it's going to create a rapid change in temperature and thus the tornadoes. But again, you can see north of Vicksburg up past Eagle Lake, coming up into the Memphis area now, and as far back into Oklahoma over towards Dallas. And all of this is warm, moist air pulling out of the Gulf of Mexico. Check this out. But I just wanted to point out the fact that things are going to change rapidly. It seems calm, and it's a calm before the storm right now. But I want to show you the national warnings and watches. What you're seeing is a variety, but it is winter, and it is getting into mid-January. You can see winter storm warnings in the northwest, coming into storm warnings across the lakes, winter weather advisories, name it. Everything is here, and it's all got to do with the cold front that is pushing down. And right here is compressing the atmosphere between the warm area and the cold area, the cold or Arctic plunge that is going to squeeze these storms and this moisture out. Notice you got flash flood watches. North of there, you got winter storm watches. But in Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas now, we are looking at wind advisories, and of course that's going to include lake wind advisories in this tan. Offshore, you've got all the normal things, your small craft advisories going on. There's going to be a lot of wind here in central Mississippi now. So just a slight breeze. It's 5:58 p.m. But think about this. Again, January the 9th, 63 degrees outside with 86% humidity right in central Mississippi. That's unusual for January. So when you have that, when it changes, it's going to be extreme. All of my friends, pay attention. I cannot emphasize. Adjust your plans. If you're going to be home for this event, if you're going to be traveling, think about it. It's not a it could be a turnaround, don't drown thing, but getting on the road in these high wind events and the hydroplaning and people coming across the lane head on into you or your family. Think about your kids, where they're going to be going. You got, again, bowl games and things like that. Be wise. It's a heads up. Be safe.